What's up, class? How are you? Welcome to Rob the Art Teach Interviews. If you haven't already, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe to it because we have so many more interviews coming up that you don't want to miss. So, this week we have our very own Maarz the Creative. Maarz the Creative is a fashion designer. She's an artist. She's a makeup artist. She's an overall creative YouTuber. She does it all. And so I'm so excited for you guys to get to know her as I've personally been able to know her because she was my student. So get ready to get to know Maarz the Creative. Welcome. How are
What's
you?
up, y'all? Okay.
So, Maarz, when you think about art, what was the thing that you felt drew you into wanting to pursue art as your career path?
Okay, so I know to start off, my mother and my father, they're artists as well. My mom did poetry and she drew, and my dad drew as well. So for me, when it came to art, I wanted to really be the one in my family to actually push it because neither one of them have a career in art at all.
Wow.
But me, I wanted to actually show that it's possible. And I have younger siblings, I have younger cousins, so I want to make sure that they know whatever you put your mind to, you can really do it. Like, don't let nobody talk down on what you're passionate about. So,
Okay. So we have a different dynamic because you were my student once upon a time. And from the point of being the student in the classroom to now being the independent artist who's the makeup artist, who's the designer, who's doing all different kind of things in every different area, how do you feel you've progressed from being the student to now the independent artist?
I know I came a long way. Like, seriously. In high school, I was an artist, but I didn't feel like I was as free as I am now. So it's like now I gave myself that push to where I wanna one minute I wanna do makeup, one minute I wanna design an outfit, the next minute I wanna paint. It's just like it doesn't end ever. So it's like now I have that freedom to just go for it. Whatever I feel to do in that moment, I'm gonna just do it.
Awesome. So with your style, a lot of the different things that you do deals heavily with pop art, pop culture. Now, with your artistry, or would you consider yourself to be more of a pop culture type of artist, or what do you classify your artwork as?
Definitely pop art. Because that's why I have on the sign here Mars Pop Shop, because that's where that came from, the pop
Okay.
culture. And another thing is like whatever I sell is one of one. So once it's gone, it's gone. Like it's like a pop. It's there. So you gotta get it when you can. So yes, pop culture is like amazing to me. So that's I love the pop art ish pastel colors that are really in your face, like real loud. So that's just me, and I'm that as well. I'm very pastel. I'm very just out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, how do you take all of the conglomerate of things that you do and build yourself as Mars the entity? Because Mars, I've known you as the artist. I've known you as the makeup artist who would come to school with like a full face at like 8 a.m. But how did you go from saying, I like this, excuse me, to really just building yourself as an entity and building
Okay.
yourself as a brand? Because you've branded yourself in such a way.
Okay. So it's like I can say be organized, because it's like one minute it can drive you crazy sometimes, because one minute you want to do this, next minute you want to do that, you have another idea for this project, then you go back to this one. So it's kind of like very much like back and forth. So honestly, I do work on like 2 to 3 projects at one time, because that's just how my mind works, and it kind of keeps me pushing with each project, so I won't start one and not finish it. And then branding, as far as like Instagram and stuff, I have different pages for different things. So I have an Instagram page for my fashion, Instagram page for personal, for my art. So it's like whatever you're drawn to, I let them go to that instead of just having it on one page and all stacked up on each other. Like that is very messy to me. So yeah.
But something that you just said like really piqued my interest. How you said you have different pages for different things. So you allow your followers and your following to stream out into the different areas that they may connect with.
Yes,
So
exactly.
having the ability to see you as a fashion designer, having the ability to see you as a creative, but then also bringing it all together under one is been something, at least for me, that I've enjoyed to see you grow and see you really become. So as you're going with this, what do you feel is your next step in your journey?
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like that's what I've been trying to figure out now. And it's real, like it could be real hectic because I learned this term yesterday. It's called imposter syndrome. And it's where you don't really feel like you're good enough for the things that are happening. So it's like that's been kind of hard for me to figure out my next step. So it's like either I had the idea to build a website now, or should I like open up pop-up shops, or should I do both? It's just, you know, gotta weigh my options and gotta just, do it. So yeah, it's I don't know. It's my next step. It could be a website, but I'm definitely going to continue to create regardless. Like that's never going to stop.
Definitely. And a lot of times people often feel like they have imposter syndrome because they see other people and they see other people doing certain things, and they see other people and where they can fit and how they fit into different areas. And sometimes you feel like, I'm an imposter in this area. I may not
Yes.
be the best
Yes.
in it. And so with that, like we've said it in like some of the previous interviews, but I just want to reiterate the comparison that kills. And so you want to make sure like you own being you, because
Yeah.
you draw the people that are meant to be drawn to you. So you can't be an imposter when people are meant to be drawn to you
Right. Yeah.
in what you do and how you do it. So even with the imposter syndrome, like you still manage to have a pretty decent following. You still manage to have people show up. You still manage to show people that being creative isn't just one facet. You can blow out the walls
Mm,
and do things as crazy and interesting as you possibly can.
exactly. And that's
So
what I got to keep myself going. Like I got to keep myself with that mentality because regardless of if people do the same thing as you, they don't do it like you. So
mhm,
it's like, just got to weigh it and you got to keep going. Keep creating. Like never
definitely,
stop.
definitely. So, what would you say has been your motive to keep creating?
Honestly, my family, very much so, very much so. I have my G mom. That's like my go to. My mom, most definitely, I love them to death. My G mom is an entrepreneur. She had a daycare, so it's like I want to be that entrepreneur. I want to have that in. I have it in me, so I just want to express it. I want to put it out. And my mom, she's a very, 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 very strong woman, hardworking and everything. So I inherited that from her as well. So it's like I want to keep pushing so my brother, my sister, and all my cousins can see that it's possible. You do not have to always do what you don't want to do. As people would say nowadays, sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do. Yeah, that's true in some situations, but not all. I just
Mhm.
don't agree with that. So,
Awesome, awesome.
yeah.
So, if you had to inspire Mars, the middle schooler, Mars, the elementary school girl, Mars, the high schooler, at each level, middle school, high school, elementary, what would you say to Mars, or the person that's like Mars, who is trying to find their path on this
Mm,
journey of being a creative, being a creator?
okay. So if I was to go back and say to something to Maarz, the elementary schooler, keep being kind. Don't, let nobody take that away from you. Because, I mean, I used to get bullied, but, everybody have a story like that. But, I just want to tell myself to keep going. Like, just keep pushing, be happy, be free, express yourself in your little weird things you like to, do or whatever. Just keep doing it. Just be you. Fly, fly. So, and then my middle school self, I would have to tell my middle school self to really, it came like this: push for the stars, like keep going, like go up, like high, like fly, basically. Because I did a lot in middle school that was out of my comfort zone. So I'm always that out of the box. I'll step out of my comfort zone when the time is needed, because sometimes I get real like enclosed. But yeah, I definitely tell her to reach for the stars. Continue, don't stop. In high school self, my goodness. I would tell her
It's
to
good though,
focus.
because you're also telling, as you're speaking, you're telling each person in each grade level, like, you're encouraging them.
Yeah, so it's like focus. Like don't get thrown off by things that does not matter in the future or in the long run. Please focus, because I focused at the last minute and it kind of worked for me, but I wish if I could go back, I would have, focused earlier and invest in myself more in my art than other things.
Got
So,
you.
yes,
Got you.
definitely.
So, two last questions, right? I have one. Who inspires you as an artist? Like, what are you looking at that draw inspiration from? I know you said your family is the one who influences you to keep pushing, but who inspires you? Like, what artists inspire you that you look at? What things inspire you? What do you look at, or where do you go for your inspiration, or your creative push? And then your last question I'm going to ask for you is to give an encouraging word to artists who are coming up, who are in the K-12 system that may need to receive some encouragement.
Okay. So my inspiration is Kendrick Lamar. I know he's like in a whole nother style of art, like as far as music, but the mental things he's going through, the depression, is very, very relatable for me. And just how he looks at himself, like he don't look himself as somebody like a great. He just feels like he's him and he has something to put out. So I really do admire that. I feel like I do have something to put out in my own way, and I would like for people to hear it. And if you value what I'm saying, then let's unite. Let's come together. Do what we have to do. As far as places I go to for inspiration, I'll say Little 5 Points. That is my go-to place, and anywhere in the city. Yes, anywhere in the city, I love it. And I'll just sightsee and drive around and just chill. And it's just a release for me. And then encouraging words. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's gonna get intimate. Okay, so y'all, keep going. Don't let nobody tell you cannot do it. I know people say it all the time, but seriously, don't let nobody tell you can't do something. And if you feel like you want to, one day you might want to be a fashion designer, one day you might want to be an artist, do it, because it's your life to live. Nobody else's. Don't let them, discourage you in any type of way, any way at all. And I love y'all, even though I don't know any of you, but I do. I love y'all. So keep going. We can unite as artists for sure. Definitely. So.
Definitely. Well, Maarz, I thank you so much for joining us on today. I appreciate you taking the time out for us to get to know a little bit about you as an artist, see your artistry, see your artwork, and just to be able to continue to inspire those that are behind you to keep going, keep pushing. So I thank you for your time, and I will see you soon. So, guys, as always, please make sure you go ahead and you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Like the video and send a comment. Follow Maarz, see what she's about, see her artistry so that you guys can find people who are inspiring you. All right? Enjoy.